Hi, I wanted to talk briefly about Tormach flexible accordion style way covers. On the y-axis there's a critical design compromise behind the table where the designers of Tormach wanted to get the maximum travel in the y-axis and yet have the table move back as close to the spindle as possible, and this has really constrained the amount of room available for guards over the slideway. I'll just traverse the y-axis. If we move the y-axis right back, you can see that the accordion style way covers are fully compressed and there really isn't any room in there for swarf. And this is a problem if you are getting chips and swarf flying through the air, landing in that flexible cover, and then you're moving back in your wide traverse, you're getting it all bunched up with swarf, which is going to tear the covers to bits really fast if you take a maximum wide travel. So one thing I've discovered over the years with the old table guard that I had is that the back portion of the table guard works really well to keep airborne chips and swarf from flying down into that area, and so I've retained it even though I've got a full enclosure, and I just wanted to mention that idea. I've just fitted one here on the new machine, and you can have quite a high guard. Let's just traverse that down so you can see what I mean. You can come right down to there, say. You can come fully out and almost fully in at that depth, and that's with no vise in. So there is a very fortunate gap between the spindle under the head and the Z slideway, where you can have a cover conveniently keeping the swarf and chips out from that area. I've had it on the original machine for many years, and I don't think I've ever actually snagged underneath the head there, so it is a remarkably good spot to put a protecting cover. I've also been thinking over the years that the front Y accordion covers could be protected very easily just with a sheet metal cover over them, and so at the same time as the back cover, I've had the local sheet metal shop fold up a couple of front Y-axis covers and just drilled and tapped some 4mm holes here, just showing you whereabouts on either side. So that I can fit that cover on the front. I'll just screw it on and carry on with the video. Okay, before I screw the X-axis reference limit switch cover on, I'll just show you the details of this. So that's two 4mm cap screws, one on each side. The cover is just a piece of stainless steel about 0.85 thick. I just had the local shop fold up, and just do a wee traverse. Just keeps the covers covered up and stops them from filling up with swarf. Okay, that's it all assembled up now with the X slideway referencing switch cover on, and I honestly can't see any downside. There doesn't seem to be any restrictions to this, and should keep the swarf out of the accordion covers. You see on the switch cover I've got a couple of pointers just screwed loosely on there, or approximately on there rather, so that I know when I'm getting close to my limits. Of course, with the Path Pilot's new soft limits, I don't really need that anymore. It's just brilliant. You can just zoom around to your heart's content without fear of crashing into the end of the travel. Thanks. One last detail. I know Tormach offer a cover, a flexible neoprene cover to go over your accordion covers, and I'm interested to hear from any of you folk that have fitted those. I know from experience with the old style manual machine aprons that I've got on these machines that they're good up to a point, but when you get the y-axis travelled up close to the column, they bunch up and really jam up tight, especially if there's chips and swarth in there and you don't keep an eye on them, and actually can do more harm than good and restrict the amount of wide travel. And you can't feel that when you're driving under power with a CNC, unlike a manual machine, and so I'm just a bit wary about that. I think I'd rather have that area free of bunched up cover.